tanks as well. The unstoppable removing from Muradin, for example,
That's
ETC,
right.
really hurts this sort of playstyle.
Well, they really need to focus right now, because if they lose one more, they're not gone. This is not a tournament anymore, but still, having that loss with the first opening match, that's going to hurt them. That's going to hurt them a lot, especially against a team like Mighty. They still have to face stronger teams maybe, like Tempest, MVP Black, and even L5.
So, just had the update. This is, of course, Mighty's map pick, as they are the blue team. This means Miracle chose first ban. They are not as worried about the map. They think they can take it regardless of map. I think this is a fairly wise choice, especially considering how aggressive Miracle's been playing today to take on a medium-sized map. And I think Falstad is going to be the key hero again. I'm really strongly believe that G-Clef. Let's see if he makes it through the draft here. I think that is what Miracle is looking for. They want that Falstad.
To talk a little bit more about the draft last time, Miracle really had that good shrine fighting comp, of course, but there was not much of a follow-up, like someone who could gust or come around the side like a 0-2 to really follow up with that taunt of variant, and Honkono was the only one which kind of failed the entire team from picking off anyone. So even after winning their 2 first Punishers, they were really losing it after that.
If you look back at that game 2, you'll notice that. I mean, the last game 3, 2-0, T-0-0. Look back at that game. You'll notice that when the taunts were attempted, it was very obvious to Mighty. They formed around, Cleanse instantly healed the target, then killed Honkono because he was so far out.
SDE was even in like staying in the front line doing that damage. He was confident. Yeah. He knew he wasn't gonna die.
We've seen the Zeratul ban here. This is wise. We've seen Dami really pushing that. I think Miracle needs to pick up Falstad right now. This is not Falstad's best map, but I think it's something that they can use to out-soak and stay on even ground with Mighty. Because Miracle's known, and they always have in the past, especially the XTNL players, for their soaking, for their macro-oriented play. This map is what that's all about. Would love to see a Falstad first pick here. I think it's almost essential. If not, I want to see ETC. I don't want to see any more variant today out of Honkono. I just don't want to see that. And Sniper's hero pool being small is one of their weaknesses, but I think it could be turned into a strength here if they pick up the Falstad early. His Falstad is incredible. And as the music stops, there we go. Comeback music, I need you.
All right, and you need me to.
There we go.
Pick
Please, thank you. Oh.
But that also opens pick like Zarya and lots of other picks for Mighty, of course. Falstad was picked, but there's still a lot like the Haka, Brightwing. There are a lot of global heroes you can pick. So Mighty have a lot of options. Of course, they lost Falstad from the beginning, but they can basically, just like last game, they can build their own game, play their own game, and then they can make it work. Even they're losing from the first half, if they are still confident in what they know what they're doing, then that's what they can do. Like we saw Spring Mixtape, they knew what they were doing, but starting off when they started to lose, they really didn't know how to deal with all that macro against L5. But here, Mighty, they have a lot better chance of winning tonight.
You see Sands with a, like, he didn't pause in his speaking for a moment. I'm pretty sure he shouted out every possible combination of heroes they had prepared and planned for this map specifically. They chose this map, talked it over, decided to go with the Tychus for basically standard range damage of Ragnaros. They're not going to commit to global heroes yet. They're going to allow Miracle to take that path first. No, we just want to get the strong Ragnaros, which worked really well for Sands in the previous set.
Yes.
Look, I'm liking what Mighty is doing. They look really well prepared, to be honest. We're seeing Miracle look a little bit less prepared, a little bit more shaken in these rounds. There's a Dahaka. I expected this. We saw the Falstad Dahaka combo earlier with our first set with L5. Now we're seeing it here with Miracle. It's the second time we're seeing it. Honkono's going to have to play a better Dahaka this time, I think, though.
That is true. And Mighty, having that Ragnaros really gave them the strength last game to win the team fight, and that actually changed around the team fight so many times that Miracle was, it feels like Miracle was almost like not prepared to fight against that Ragnaros.
Removing the Li Ming. This pairs again with the Tychus. And if Vala is not banned here, Mighty can take it, which is incredible for them. And if she is banned, Mighty could take range damage away from Miracle because that's what they're really lacking. They only have the fall stat right now. I'm really liking Mighty's position in this draft currently. Now, I wanted the fall stat so badly, but you immediately brought up the reason why it's weak. It's just, it gives Mighty control of the draft. I think Miracle needed the fall stat pick, which is why they're in this awkward position in the first place. I think Falstad is their way back into this. They're going to take the ball away as I predicted, and this is, I think, their best move. It's not insanely strong for them, but I think it's the best choice they had given the situation.
And Sergeant Hammer comes out from Mighty this time. And an ETC strong lineup, they will... Okay, not the strongest front line, but still, they don't have a Zarya, but still with Ragnaros, kind of like a bruiser. Ragnaros can do some tanking from the front line, and Sergeant Hammer can basically pull the opponents off from them.
This looks like a strong solo lane Ragnaros. You've got ETC for early game pressure. Mighty can absolutely lock in the Brightwing for the support going forward. We'll see if they decide to go for that. It will somewhat counter the global picks here with the Dahaka and Falstad. You will be outrun by them with only one with the Brightwing. They're going to need to look for picks. To be honest, I wouldn't even mind if they had taken a specialist instead of Sergeant Hammer, like, I mean, a more aggressive specialist like a Sylvanas, for example. Not really meta right now, but would not have minded it. For Miracle here, they're looking for a real strong tank. Frontliner. It's going to be Varian. Oh man, if it's Honkono again, I'm really worried. Final pick here going to be another range damage, I imagine. Gul'dan.
Okay, Gul'dan comes out. Finally, Gul'dan is used. But again, they have fall stat this time, so they can actually have some follow-ups with that taunt. But is that going to be enough? Because Mighty, even Sergeant Hammer can disengage a little. And Tychus is one of the stronger, tankier DPS.
Honestly, I think this is either a Karazim pick or the Brightwing. Karazim's 7-side strike seems so tempting here with how aggressively Honkono's been positioning. You power slide in, you isolate him there alone. You Hyde style play, you know, it's just like Hyde showed us back in Season 2 in the summer season last year. You power slide in, you get that 7 strike. They're going to go with Rhaegar for his mobility. This is fair. They don't have any globals besides ETC to challenge Miracle. This is exactly what Miracle was looking for with the Falstad pick into the Dahaka. This is going to be, I think, a more well-rounded team fighting in a very strong early game comp for Mighty versus Miracle having the better global presence.
I think Mighty's still really pushing that with the Ragnaros Molten Core. Like, he was doing a really good job, and looks like we're ready to go and jump into game number 4. Let's see if Mighty can finish this game or Miracle will turn this around.
Here we go, Mighty on match point in blue on their map choice. Joker on his best hero, ETC. Sans on Ragnaros. Magi on Sergeant Hammer. Nasang on Rhaegar. And SDE on the Tychus.
And in red, MVP, Miracle, Honkono, and Varian again. Dami on the Dahaka. Sniper on the fall stats. Crazy moving on Gul'dan, and Darvish on Malfurion. I'm worried again for Honkono.
Me too.
We'll see.
Wow, this always worries me.
This is a
oh god. Okay, there's so much I want to say. Let's just watch this first. It's Honkono.
And Sans is actually in a different. Okay.
Okay. Where's the grenade? I guess he used it already. So.
Well, you said it, and I was also watching it for a couple of seconds. See how Honkono is the only one that engages, and the rest of the team falls back. That's the difference, and that's showing already the style of the team that they're not matching.
If Joker was positioned even slightly more aggressively, which I'm surprised he wasn't. He's one of the best ETCs we've seen in Korea for a long time. He's not like, he was never like top 5, but I mean, I'm just saying, he was always playing ETC. He was always known for his ETC play. Either way, you walk in blind against an ETC comp trying to get a hook without vision, you're asking to die. And if Mighty had been in better positioning, he absolutely would have. I'm talking about Dami in this case, of course. Honkono did come in aggressively as well, but I'm just... I'm at a loss for words for that one. That was extremely risky. And so is this hook attempt as well. Dami will have to use Burrow here. He may still die. Just barely gets out. There's no rotation up. Falstad comes up. Looks like it was a bait attempt. And will it succeed. Honkano rotates in. Nasong gets body blocked here. SDE coming up as well. Big rotations on both sides. I think MVP actually just barely gets the better end of this. Although as I say that, there's a slide.
Yeah, and then Miracle actually can take this first one. And Varian goes down. Is that going to be enough time? Yes, he does channel it. But they traded for 2 kills.
Okay, let's see how much structural damage gets done and how much soaking Mighty gets. If Mighty can actually triple soak walls, only stopping this from hitting more than 1 wall, I think it works for them. Otherwise, it's better for Miracle. Gets the wall. They're soaking all 3.
This is the first one. You can't really do too
much.
Maybe the first wall, that's it.
I think this... It's actually pretty even. I don't want to give the edge to either team here. Really. Sands gets this next wave. They're going to catch up in EXP. I'd say very similar, but a slight lead to MVP for this one, despite the 2 deaths there. They get the EXP lead, they get the structures. They didn't lose that much EXP. This works out for them. They have a slight lead.
Yeah, and Sand's going to use his first trade there just to finish off the Dragon Knight, but the time was over already, so.
Yeah, pokes Honkano a little bit. I don't know if that was absolutely necessary for him to use there.
I think he was just trying to be safe for MVP. Just in case MVP Miracle really tries to overextend a little bit, because ETC is still on top and Tychus was clearing mid.
Traded camps here. This is a very close game at its outset. I was really worried how Honkano and Dami were playing that level 1 fight, but it seems like they've really tightened it up here. Made a really calibrated risk there to take the Dragon Knight, causing them to lose 2 deaths. Had they maybe played a little bit better there, they might have actually gotten away with only 1 death there for the Dragon Knight, which would have been amazing. It's still really good for them. They have these Siege Giants controlled now. With this push, they committed to it a lot harder. And they're going to get this full bot wall. So 2 walls down, essentially. This cannon tower not dead, but out of ammo. As Joker does get rooted, and that should be a pick here. Nicely done. MVP really turning things around here in this 4th game.
So now they have a lot more. Yeah.
No, 4th game. Oh my god. It's going to be a long night, G-Club.
Yeah, it's going to be a long night. We still have 1 more match, and that might be actually the best match. And this match is still a lot better than I thought, so it's going on. And Miracle really pushing this hard and going to take out the first port and taking that level lead. The level lead is almost on a full level lead now.
Notice, by the way, Malfurion healed the Siege Giants. It's a little tip if you actually are playing a healer that can heal hurt camps. You should absolutely be doing this to make sure that they get the full value. Sniper gets low and gets killed. SDE and Nasong insanely low. There's a double kill. Honkano coming through here. See moving, doing the duel here with Sands, and Sands will go down. The question is, does Zami go with him? No. With the burrow here, can they get him? He needs to get a grab here.
This time Sniper came in long. I don't think he realized where he was positioning, but it was a bad position from the beginning of the fight. But still, I think Miracle came up so fast and
the Siege Giants are still pushing bot too, G-Clef. They were fully healed earlier. They're a very strong push. Yes, this top push does get very far as well, but the Siege Giants starting to work on this keep wall. Absolutely need to be dealt with. This is going to give a free control to the bot Shrine here, and if they can move up and take top, this could be another Dragon Knight. They're already in position for it. Gul'dan is coming up. Joker's going to lose this. This could be a Dragon Knight. I think it will be. They're trying to retake bot. This is going to be close. They need a channel now. Ooh, I think they're going to get it. They're going to get it. There you go. Sniper grabs it.
And Mighty starting to fall behind from that team fight. They were catching up, but this time Honkano was in the front, and he was actually doing so much body block that the damage couldn't be completely completed with Ragnaros on the front line. And Dami, I think Dami on the Haka has been like one of the key plays for this game. Game 4, yes.
He has definitely been really good, especially at surviving and doing a lot of peel. He hasn't really done a whole lot of like, I got the hook and so now everyone's going to die, or I got the sick pick. It's more like everyone attacked me, I have good peel. He hasn't really been using isolation more, and we haven't seen a whole lot of that today. It's been mostly the heal, the adaptation, but yeah, I have to agree, Dami's been really good on this Dahaka, such a high priority hero, especially in conjunction with Falstad tonight, as this will be another keep down, or fort, excuse me, down in the mid lane, as Mighty just struggles to hit 10, a few more minions away, they don't quite have it yet. Sands does not want to be there, I can guarantee you that. He's in this awkward position where top is pushed so hard he can't soak, so he just needs to wait for the next wave.
I think this is a great time for Miracle really to snowball what they have already. They have 2 forts down. The Mighty has Ragnarok available, of course, to delay a little bit, but they just used Molten Core. This is the time where they can snowball, try to get some pick off, especially with that taunt. And Sand's a little bit in the danger zone, I would say, but backs off.
The bot camp is going to be, I think, the next point of contention here. Miracle is still missing their own camp as well. Dahak is getting extra soak, which is frustrating. Right now, Mighty needs to decide if they want to commit to a camp or if they're just going to split off and soak themselves. Because they're missing mid-EXP right now. There's going to be a huge wave coming in there. They don't have the fort, so it's going to come to them eventually. But yes, they do finally decide to go for this camp. Because I'm like, you can't really have Falstad mid and have Dami top and not get this camp and just sit there. Otherwise, you're losing on all fronts. And with the positioning here, I don't think Miracle can contest. They ping, back off, do not contest. Let's soak instead. When we get the EXP, it's better off for us that way. And that's exactly what Miracle decides to do. Pinging that danger there and moving away. So much free soak for Sniper in mid. It's actually out of control what he and Dami have been able to do. Getting a whole level lead ahead just from soak alone.
There's a lot of macro in that, and of course Mighty not having too many global heroes from the draft. The only one is ETC with that stage dive, and honestly, even for team fights, and losing their first team fights in that near the camps, and Miracle should be feeling good right now. They're macroing right, and they're microing right. So Mighty could be losing this, but let's see if they can come back. They were losing the first game and the second game, and they came back really nicely.
This was an awkward rotation to top. They didn't invade. They stood on top of the shrine without having anyone bot, so they couldn't force a channel. Now they're just going to get delayed camps and allow channels to happen for Miracle. Bad rotation here from Mighty. Seems a bit indecisive, perhaps some communication error in comms as to where they really wanted to go, but now they're going to move down as a group here, out of vision, and try to get the gank onto Sniper. The problem is I just don't think it's going to work. Dami goes top. They're going to control this shrine for now. And it looks like Sniper won't be able to hold this. The rotation goes instead to top. Very briefly channeled in favor of Miracle. Which is interesting they all rotated up to top instead of going bot, because Dami could actually just go down with his brush stock. Not a perfect choice here from Miracle, but I think they get the better end of this. 13 nearly ready for Mighty currently, as they fail to get that pick onto Falstad. This camp was much faster. Dami has the better wave clear, of course, than Joker, so this is just really annoying for him to deal with right now.
Yeah, we don't see a lot of actual fighting going on right now, but this is the macro fight that we talk about a lot. Like both teams trying to go around, but of course having 2 global heroes does favor Miracle a lot, and it looks like they're going to cast another Dragon Knight, and they do. Mighty have to be forced back. They caught up in talent, but still a whole level down, and Dragon Knight given to Dami.
All it takes is one failed rotation, basically. They lost the top lane, which meant that ETC couldn't contest that shrine anymore. Yes, I know Twitch chat's like, oh my god, SDE can't believe we missed the grenade, but they were going to lose this Dragon Knight no matter what, basically. I mean, SDE missed the grenade, but that's not really what's going on here. So, this is an incredible position for Miracle.
And stage dive just used for macro, and this can actually get a pick in Honkano, and there goes Honkano.
Yeah, he's going to go down
here. That was a little
sure.
fast, but still, she's going to go down.
Yeah. But look, the Dragon Knight's pushing top. They're going to get 16 shortly here. It's the keep wall. This could have been better. This was definitely an overextension by MVP Miracle. And Joker really wanted to get that catch on season. It won't happen. But 16 will be reached here.
But all that time, Dami was pushing top the entire time. Yeah. And basically, I think the middle keep wall is the only wall left.
Yes.
For Mighty, and like the next Dragon Knight, if it goes to Miracle, that could actually potentially be game. So Mighty really needs to keep this macro fight, especially when they come to team fight. They need to win the team fight if they can't really win the macro ones.
Ooh, Dami,
here we go.
Late rotation here. Darvish is going to be potentially the next to be picked off here. Dami comes in. Nasong is very low. They're fighting underneath fort without 16, and this could turn around really fast here. Dami will survive. Honkano respawned and returning. This could have been worse for Mighty there, but they do get 2 picks down a talent tier. Impressive. And we don't talk about this too often, but there's kind of a bank, an interest that's gained in this game as forts and keeps become worth more the longer the game goes on. Because they haven't killed any yet, they could potentially get 21st if they get a Dragon Knight. They're going to be even on talent tiers here soon. Miracle did not get any of the keeps, although they did kill the walls in top and bottom, as you mentioned. Of course, the killing the walls on top is usually pretty insignificant on this map, but sometimes it ends up being important. But Mighty has, with that fight in the bot and with the pick on Honkono, they've clawed their way back into this game. They're not ahead by any means, they're still significantly behind, but it doesn't feel hopeless anymore.
Yeah, Mighty really needs to back, but still, after getting that pickup, they were overextending a little bit, and getting 4 of them getting caught by the entangling roots was one of the biggest things there, and just getting all that free damage, and with that thought getting taunted, Sands, but making a live stage dive comes in, but great win to disengage.
Sniper perfectly timing that there. Really well done. Super Smasher onto Honkono, perhaps not the best target there, and not able to get the pick. This is a really unfortunate use of Heroics here. The economy for that, on Miracle side, is much higher. They got a lot more value there. This push continues, and Miracle can now just safely take their camp. Surprised Miracle does not invade. I feel Black or L5 invades here 100%. This is a safer move, but they don't get as much of an advantage from that trade as they could have. They are going to push for the Shrines now, which means that with Shrine control, this top is going to be annoying, just like it was before. Dami's going to have better wave clear in this case than Joker can, so it's really annoying. They're never going to be able to control that top. If they overcommit to it, then bot gets pushed.
They actually have someone in the middle to stall from channeling. There we go, but not enough. Honkono comes around to save. Oh, actually, ETC canceled that on top. Nice job.
This is really, really risky here for all the resources. MVP has actually committed to the top. Joker gets the stun here. Sniper gets caught, and he's blown up immediately. This is an opportunity now for Mighty to get that Dragon Knight. They need someone bottom, though, and they don't have anyone that could go down there.
But that was exactly what they needed. They needed one pickup, and that happens to be Falstad, that one that can fly over. Did he actually use the Z? I think he can respawn and come back.
Oh, they're going to actually use this to engage rather than taking the bottom shrine. Taunt used immediately. Joker doesn't care. They're going to turn eyes on the Dami. He does have Burrow. Will he be able to get through here? SDE doing a ton of damage. Meanwhile, the adaptation heals Dami back up. Joker solo needs to back off here. Absolutely does not want to be around anymore. The drill, good for zoning. But still, this is a big win for Miracle because they really only lost Falstad and they didn't lose the bot. That's the scariest thing right now is what if they lose, what if a Dragon Knight comes against them, but they're still unable to take that bot because they don't have a global here to go down there because ETC just used his global to engage on a fight. Sands is slowly making his way down there. In fact, paired with Joker, they're going together. A bit inefficient there. Sands comes back mid. But this gives Miracle a chance to regroup and potentially even fly Sniper back in to deny. Honkono takes the top shrine. And Miracle's out macroing Mighty again here because they just have total shrine control non-stop.
Yeah, that's right. They have more global heroes. They have to macro better, and then when it comes to Dragon Knight fight, they can fly over when someone else can't fly over. Basically, like, let's talk logic. You have to be better. You have so much more advantage when you're talking about taking the Dragon Knight. And Mighty has been doing a good job by picking off and trying to force team fights as one of the shrines, but still, MVP Miracle, if they can out-rotate Mighty like they did before, they should be taking the third one also.
I talked a lot about how, briefly about how there's extra EXP to be gained in those sports if you get them 20 faster if they go to Dragon Knight. Because they have not, this is no longer a benefit to them. It never will be. It's always going to be an issue against them that they have these sports to go through. This is going to go Supreme late game. Already Gul'dan, if I'm not mistaken, has echoed Corruption. That's so powerful. They're going to have these really strong level 20s. Looks like they're going to have them even faster as well because those forts were never killed. And this looks to be Miracle's massive lead at this point. And it's hard for Mighty to really take an edge here at this point in time. There's something that I look at and go, well, once they hit 20, they're going to have this super powerful ability to change everything. I just don't see it. And I'm worried for them now. They needed that Dragon Knight, and they did not get it.
The only thing they can do is they have to really pressure the fight. They have to force the fight and get a pick-off or like win an entire team fight. But Miracle knows that's what Mighty exactly wants to do, and they're not gonna engage at all. They're just gonna go around and try to just stall casting them from having the Dragon Knight. That's all they need to do until they hit 20. And even after hitting 20.
Yeah. Well, G-Clef, let's see how this one plays out. Mighty's still trying to soak for 20 instead of forcing a team fight. They get these bruisers, which give them a little more EXP as at least give them eyes on Miracle for the time being. As Sands goes mid to get a few more minions to try to even up 20. It looks like they will be successful in doing so. They're going to get it just a little bit afterwards because Sands goes mid. The duel in the top here will go in favor of Dami 100%. At the end of all things here, Joker just trying to control this as Sands rotates up. They don't see him. They don't have vision. 20 is about to be reached here for Mighty. This is a great move by Sands.
Comes over, tries to save. He still has wins available, but will that be enough to save Dami? Looks like it is.
Bloodlust committed to here. Dami does barely go down there. This is what Mighty needed. They needed a pick like this. That was a good rotation there, good bait. Like I said, ETC loses this 100%. So then Dahaka was like, okay, I'll fight you. Did not work out. Cleanse over the wall here. Great by Darvish to save Sniper. He gets that barrel roll off. Pretty impressive move over the wall there. Another thing that, you know, you can sometimes get with Valkyrie in a good position. Crazy moving. Entirely sure why he was up there, but he definitely should not have been. This is going to be a fork here, but Sniper is trying to pressure the keep now with Falstad. I mean, minions are on the keep now in the bot lane. He's actually going to stay. I believe he doesn't have flight yet, because they have vision of all the other heroes. It's still safe for him to be here. He's going to back off now as he sees the rotation down. He's actually pretty low on mana.
And look at that 3v4. They're really pressuring this hard. Mighty Hontono has to back off. Look at that body block from Joker. They're like going a parallel line in there.
Okay, this is it. This is the Dragon Knight Mighty needs. They have control of this. Falstad just uses flight. He has Epic Mount, so he'll be up against soon. But this should be the channel.
And Dami went top. Is that going to be enough? I think it's going to cancel it. Dami was on top. Yes, it does cancel. Mighty does not get the Dragon Knight. That was close.
Globals are just so important on this map, especially once you hit 20. Like, I talked about the scaling that Gul'dan gets on this map. I talked about, you know, the globals. And we're just seeing time and time again now, 20's reached. The scaling is better for Miracle. They have Epic Mount. Another pick here onto Sniper will finally give us the Mighty, but look at how difficult it was.
They actually may change the game a lot.
Yeah, we are 18.5 minutes in. Sniper is dead for a minute, and this is a powerful scaled Dragon Knight. They should be able to keep. I don't think they'll be able to end off this. Horrify is ready. Twilight Dream is ready. It's upgraded Horrify 2 at 20. But this is finally the first moment where Mighty can take a lead again. They're ahead in EXP, they're ahead in scaling, and looking for this keep.
Miracle really needs to get this Dragon Knight off. And when they take the first great stage dive coming in right there, but actually getting caught.
Horrify.
And it is now SD doing some damage, but he goes down first.
Horrify really changing the battle there. They had a beautiful stage dive. He needs to get that keep. He needs to get that keep. Oh boy, now with this, it could be a wipe. Nasang doesn't have Ancestral. He used Bloodlust early on in that fight. Magi gets caught there. Great grab by Dami. And let's see if they can counterwise get a keep. Minute of death timers on the other side now for Mighty. Only Rhaegar to defend here. This could actually be game. This keep is open. They're gonna go straight for it. They need to buy time somehow, but there's no one to buy time.
Yeah, Rhaegar can't really do much other than dying when he goes in. They were really pressuring hard to get that keep because Ragnaros can basically get multi-core and push him further, but they couldn't get the keep, and Miracle really knew that they were trying to do that, so they should have better mechanics, and this may be game.
It should be. There's no one left alive here. Too aggressive was Mighty, did not play around Horrify. Horrify won this game for Miracle. We are going to go to a Game 5. Mighty looked strong, looked to upset this series. But it's not over yet. We're going to that 5th and final map. MVP Miracle takes Game 4. Well, this has been a fiery series. Crazy Moving finally has a smile on his face as it's now 10 p.m. Korean Standard Time. The night goes long. We've got another best of 5 after this. This is going to be a good 5th and final game. Global Heroes, man.
Yeah. Global Heroes, of course, on these maps, they have so many objectives. They had the talents, but it was actually a mistake from Mighty. They had the advantage with that Dragon Knight. They could have just not too overconfident, not overextend the last fight. That was one of the biggest things, and just Miracle just took over that advantage, and they could win.
Sad's not having as good of a rag play this game, but part of it's not his fault, of course. Having just very little support because he was always stuck in the top lane there, and then eventually Joker took that job because he was like, you're not winning this one. Joker had trouble against Dami there as well. So we are going to go into our 5th and final match.